Okay, guys, let's do it. Okay, step by step. It's gonna be a long trip. I just want you to please don't give up. Okay, it's not that easy, but the payoff is really, really worth it. This is real time, real world. Okay, so you see here my screen. Now we're gonna develop in Rust. So with Rust, there's Cargo, which is a package management tool, which also helps you bootstrap the project. So it's super nice. I already have it in my system. If you don't have it, well, it's super easy. You can just go. Let me go here and say, okay, I'm gonna ask Claude honestly because it's the fastest way how to install Rust and Cargo. So you just ask this, and you will get nice instructions. So basically, you just curl, you just download it, and that's it. You should be able to run these two commands and check you have the Rust compiler and Cargo. Let me do that here. So Rust compiler, yes. So I have 1.82 and Cargo 1.82. So having the tools, I'm gonna cd into the folder I usually use to develop stuff. It's called source. What an exotic name. And then we're gonna do Cargo new, and then yes, I can call it prediction API. Okay, so Cargo new prediction API. So if I check here, you will see I have a folder called prediction API. I just gonna cd into it, and then I'm gonna start my code editor. So I use either Visual Studio Code or Cursor. By the way, this is not sponsored, but I've started more and more using Cursor. Why? Because I really like the coding assistant that Cursor supports. It's getting better over time, and it's way better than many other options I've tested. So uh, Cursor, let me open with Cursor. Where is this thing? Here it is. Okay. So empty project. Now, we're going to do a lot of stuff. So let me first write down more or less what's the plan, our plan of attack, and then we'll start ticking the boxes. So let me create a README file. Here it is. README. And then let's build a REST API with Rust. So the goal is to build a REST API with Rust that serves ML model predictions. Mhm. This is one of the components of a real-time ML system. Okay, so to get there, what are the steps? So whenever I need to solve a complex task, as I said, I'll try to break it into smaller steps, digestible ones. And this is especially important here when we're using Rust, which is a language you're not probably familiar with. I have to say, I'm not an expert either. So this is the process I constantly do myself. And this is what I want to apply here. So roughly, if I want to get there, if the goal is to build a REST API that serves ML predictions, at the end of the day, we're going to have our service that we're going to implement in Rust. And then behind that, we're going to have a DB, a database, right? We're going to have to spin up some kind of database where the actual predictions are. So in general, these predictions will be saved by another service, which is part of our entire system, which we will not build now. This is a system we will simulate. How? Simply by just inserting some data. So we will have our database. It's going to be a Postgres database, which is a very popular choice, with some predictions. And our task here is to build a Rust service, which sits in front of it, that is able to accept client requests saying, give me the predicted price for whatever currency. Then our service is going to fetch this data from the database and is going to return it to the client. So this model serving layer is what we are going to implement here. So this system does quite a lot of stuff. Let's start super simple, okay? Let's start by just building a hello world REST API in Rust, which means a REST API which just returns a message saying I'm alive, also called a health endpoint. Okay, so let's start by doing this.